The Artist Room podcast with Jess.
What's up, everyone? I'm Jess, your host for the Artist Room podcast. Here we discuss music, creativity, inspiration, and everything in between. So make sure you follow, subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. And today, here with me is Akron, Ohio's finest R&B singer and songwriter. She leads with her heart, and we feel it through her music. She still holds resilience and balances it with her softness and vulnerability. And who said R&B is dead when we have Serrin Joy? Hey girl, how are you?
Hey girl, honestly, I'm doing great. I'm doing excellent. Like, life is good. I'm vibing. I'm feeling great. I feel great.
Yes. Okay, first and foremost, I just have to, address the elephant in the room. Love bomb. I'm not even when I found you on Instagram because you did your visuals and props to you for, putting out your stuff and having something correlated with it. I
Thank you.
love creators in general who do that. I am being honest, I have had when I first came across that song, I played it like on repeat. I don't even know how many times I played it.
Thank
It's
you so much.
it's a part of like my girly like playlist that I have.
Yes.
So
I just feel
yeah.
like that was one of like the main goals I had when approaching that song. Like I wanted people to feel sensual, feel confident,
Mhm.
feel just like hot and like so the fact that it's on your girly playlist, your get ready playlist, like I love that.
Mhm.
Love that.
Yes. And you definitely give me confident vibes. I I'm not stalking you, I promise. But
No,
on
girl,
your
if you
lives,
were like, I'm not mad. I swear.
like you were like making songs on the spot and I can see like it formulating. I'm like, oh snap, she really goes off. Like you
Thank
really,
you.
really get into it.
Thank
So
you.
I know now you're in LA.
Yes.
So in LA, are you in school or just strictly like focused on pursuing the music?
Well, I was in college, but I was using college as housing. So this past June, not well, yeah, last year June, I got my degree in musical theater.
Ooh,
So
congrats.
thank you, girl. Look, it was a run, okay? School is not for the weak, but we got that degree, got my bachelor's. But yeah, I was really just using school as housing though, because I was working like in the world too. So I'm a full-time songwriter. I'm
Mhm.
over at Champagne Therapy with Tommy Brown. And so that's
Mhm.
been a world of its own. But I'm also an artist. Like I always say, I'm an artist who writes, not the other way around. So it's like,
Okay.
so what you were seeing on my story, not my story, my live the other day
Mhm.
is really my process for creating. Like I write my lyrics in the booth because I just feel like I'm very like intentional and very intuition led and my
Mhm.
first like gut instinct is always like the best idea. So I just like to catch things like in the moment. So yeah.
Okay, I love that. I love that. And definitely remind me your the producer that you normally work with again.
Oh yeah, Seven the singer. He's
Uh-huh.
fire.
He is.
Thank
Shout out to
you.
him because
Shout out to him,
that's
man.
an alignment right there. You can
It
see it.
look, it's just like the first session we had, we made 3 songs like the first day in like 6 hours. Um, he's an artist of his own as well, but like
Mhm.
he's super fire. Like I feel like the producer and artist relationship is so important because there has to be a synergy there, one, but then they have to know how to cater to you and
Mhm.
you have to know how to slide on their beats correct. So
Yeah.
I feel like he understands how to cater to my vocals and what exactly it is that I'm trying to put out there. And when I hear what he does, I'm like, oh, I know exactly how
Yes. How you gonna get on it? I definitely you can see that when you see it in action, it's like, I don't mean to gas it up too much, but it's like seeing the Mona Lisa painted. Like you see the gears rolling. You see
That's
it.
big. Thank you, girl. I appreciate it.
Yes. No, you're welcome. I know that you have like a vast history of like your music accolades, like your family, and then you got into it. Um, and then you got into the colored woman. Let me see what it woman of color on Broadway
Yes.
with, and then you got to do it with Melba Moore.
Yes, I
What was
did.
that like?
Whew. So that was back when I used to live in New York City, which was a fun time. Love
Mhm.
New York, miss New York often. But I was performing in open mics and at clubs I wasn't even old enough to get into, honestly. And I was moving around with this group of poets and rappers at the time, and we would all like go see each other perform and whatnot. And my college had locations in New York and LA, so I was in school doing that, basically on some Hannah Montana type vibes. Um, and so like through networking and just like meeting people around the city, um, the organization Women of Color on Broadway, they were putting together this tribute show to honor Melba Moore and LaShawne's. And rest in peace, her soul, this woman was saying like there's this girl Serrin, I think like y'all are gonna want to highlight her, and it was me and this other girl named Misha excuse me, whom she's doing her thing, like now she's doing Broadway in Japan, like she's killing it. So
Mhm.
me and Misha were like the two featured artists, and it was on like PBS, like it counted as like a Broadway tribute show. It was amazing. I got to meet all these different women who had done Broadway that were on the show. Melba Moore, it was so crazy because I was like studying her in school.
Uh-huh.
And then like I did a show with her, which was amazing. Because I think she was the she was in the first all black musical on Broadway that was called Pearly, and she was the main girl. And so I did that part when I was in college, and then getting to meet her was full circle moment. That was a world that was really fun to just be around because Broadway is just like so upper echelon, and I
Mhm.
love just like the class of it all. And um that was a really amazing show, and my mom came and my grandma, my godmom, my friends came, and it was like people taking pictures of me, and I was like 18 when I did that. It was an amazing time. That was fun.
Yes. So you were young when you started getting, you already got to do that, be on Broadway, got to work with
Yeah.
Melba Moore.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
that's amazing. That's incredible.
Thank you.
So when you probably realized when you were younger, but I'm gonna let you speak on it. When
Mm.
did you realize that you wanted to pursue music, like really make it your thing? Because you already been into music for a long time.
Yeah.
So when did you finally decide, like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna do this?
Yeah. Honestly, like, well, I wrote my first song when I was 7 years old. Um, And I always had like music just playing in my head and in my ears all the time growing up as a
Mm.
kid. Um, but it was at first, I think the hesitation on it was like a confidence thing because I always knew I wanted to do it. Like I always loved Cheetah Girls. I always loved just like, the pop stardom
Mhm.
facade. But I think at a point in time growing up in like middle school, I just struggled with self-confidence and believing that people would ever see me as a public figure. Um, so I think what shifted things was when I was 16 years old. Um, well, first I started writing more songs when I was like 13 on GarageBand because we had a studio in my house growing up. And so I would come home every day after school and just write songs and write songs. And when I was 16, I finally wrote one that I was like, wait, I think I got something that I'll put out into the world and I'll see how people react. And I had dropped this song on YouTube when I was like 16. It was called The Real You. And it kind of started getting buzz around my hometown. Like all these girls were making like lip sync videos to my song. And like I would go to different sporting events and they'd be like, oh, you're that girl who made that song. And it was just on some like neighborhood, like, oh,
Yeah.
she makes songs. But I think for me, like even if I look at the music video for that song now, it only has like 1,000 views. But like imagine like 1,000 teenagers are like pointing, you know what I'm saying? Like it gave me like a little bit of motivation. Just like, okay, I could really do this if people are like reacting to my stuff like this. And then when I dropped my first song on actual streaming platforms, I was 18 and it was called Pull Up. And that song got buzz around. And I just started just noticing, like, dang, okay, when I put things out, people pick it up. And
Yeah.
so I think just everyone else's support is really what, like, of course, I always thought that I could do it in the back of my head. Like, I always wanted to do it, but I got more confident once I actually just put myself out there. And yeah, so I guess long story short, I realized that's what I wanted to do when I was like 16.
Okay, by 16.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I could definitely see how everything is coming along for you. And that's crazy having a studio in your
Oh,
own
yeah.
house.
Yeah.
So like definitely, and I'll let you speak on that.
Mhm.
The support from your family or even a friend, how
Yeah.
has that helped impact your growth?
Oh, well, I'm blessed that my parents always supported me in my music because I come from a very musical family. Like my dad, he's in the gospel industry. My mom is a classical pianist. She ran for Miss America 2 times. Like, and then all my siblings, we all have the gifts of music. I'm oldest of five. But we all sing, we all play instruments, and the thing about my parents, they saw that I was driven, like I'm a hustler for real. Like I'm a get to it. And so they never allowed me to have a job that didn't involve my gift. And so I was playing keys at a church from age 12 to like senior year of high school. Like that was how one of the ways I would make my money. Um, other than like doing girls' eyebrows in the bathroom at school and like crochet braids, like but yeah, I think how did it push me was just like them just always being like, nah, your gifts are gonna open doors for you. Like if you really want to do this full time, then you got to figure out how you're gonna make money doing what you love to do. So I was doing talent shows and just using my gifts. So my parents have always motivated me. My immediate family has always been supportive of my dreams and my goals. Um, of course, you have those cousins on the outside who are like, okay, what about plan B? What if da, 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 da? But
Yeah.
I just feel like a lot of that was just self-projection of people being worried that maybe
Mm.
something that happened to them would happen to me. But look, it's like if what I'm doing is working, y'all, just let me cook. Let me
Yes,
cook.
let her cook.
Let me
Let her
cook. Like,
cook.
so yeah.
No, shout out to your family for, pushing you to do that. Because
Mhm.
that's one thing that I see too, like, is this person working alone? Like, obviously it has to come from within. It can't be external. Like if you don't want it, no one else who wants it for you is gonna, you know, is
Literally.
is gonna fall. So definitely, that internal work that you're doing is showing. And shout out to, your family who is
Yes.
supporting you because that's such a huge plus. And I love that for you.
Thank you so
Um,
much.
but really quick, you was doing girls' eyebrows in the bathroom? You was making money like that?
Girl, when I say I'm a hustler, I had to get to it. I was coming to school early, most definitely. I was bringing the razors, the eyebrow pencils, the concealers, had the girls lined up. Absolutely.
Okay.
I think it was so childish. I think I had them pay me in like $4 or you had to bring me lunch or something like. It was childish, very high school.
Okay, but you did it though. Like,
Girl, what? Got to it.
I love that. um, One thing I also wanted to ask was obviously large musical backgrounds.
Mhm.
Um, were you mentored by R&B soul legends like Neo as well, on top of Melba Moore?
So I'll say this. It's not that he was a mentor. When I was over at Compound Entertainment, there were times whenever I would see him where I would ask, "Hey, can I sit in on your session and just watch how you work?"
Okay.
Or, "Hey, can I play this for you and you give me your honest feedback?" And I think the fact that he was always willing to allow me to sit in and just be a fly on the wall and always had an ear to be like, "Okay, I'll listen to this. This is what I think about this." Because of his hits that he has on his own, let
Yeah.
alone the hits that he's written for other people, him even taking time out of his day to give me a little bit of wisdom in this game, like that, even if it was like limited times, I hold that near and dear to me because I
Uh-huh.
think it's really dope. So I won't sit here and like blow up the relationship like, oh, he mentored me, but he
Okay.
gave me his time of day for sure.
Okay, respect, respect.
Yeah.
Okay, I see that for sure, but not everyone can say that they sat with Neo. And he's a phenomenal songwriter and
Oh
artist himself.
yeah.
So
Oh yeah,
that's
he's so
awesome.
talented and so funny. He was so cool. Yeah, he was real cool.
Okay. Okay. Um, oh, what's going on? Why is it doing that? Okay, my bad.
No, you
Um,
good. You good.
so like you mentioned, you're currently signed as a writer at Tommy Brown Studios.
Yes.
How is your creative process when you're writing for others different from when you're writing for yourself?
Of course. Well, when I'm writing for myself, I mainly do everything in the booth. Um, Very rarely I'll step outside of the booth and be like, okay, I want to just jot things down. But especially as of late, I've just really felt comfortable just freestyling and going off my intuition. I think the difference between writing for myself and writing for other people, I'm a very empathetic songwriter. So what I mean by that is like I become your therapist for the day, and
Mhm.
I'm all about getting to know who I'm in the room with. Like I'm gonna ask you where you're from. I'm gonna ask you about your family. I'm gonna ask you how you grew up. Like I want to get to know you so that when I'm writing for you, you feel like I'm writing things that you would actually say and it feels the most authentic to you. Um, and honestly, I just am big on listening to people's voices and knowing exactly what I want to hear from them and what I want to hear them say. I think just the main difference is like a lot of times people have filters and people have things that they don't want to talk about. So I'm more so catering versus with myself. Like I'm gonna say whatever I want, whenever I want, however I want it. And also just the whole process of being a songwriter, like my job is more than just songwriting. I'm a therapist, I am a writer, I'm a vocal producer, I'm a vocal coach. I'm doing all these things. So it's luckily I've been able to work alongside a lot of different writers that have also been in the room with me. So it's not just all on me all the time. Shout out Olivia Blue, shout out Mandy Rose, shout out Brett Kulick, Seven the Singer, Blanco Baby Mob. Like I've Leather Jacket, Corlin Jabray. I've gotten to work with a lot of super talented people who I've gotten to learn from as far as that goes as well. Because you'll have people like myself who come in and they're super empathetic. I said emper, empathetic. And then you'll have writers that are like, screw all that, we making a hit. We came here to make a hit. I don't care. But nah, me personally, I'm a big empathetic writer. So yeah.
Okay. Yes. And I definitely see that within the music you write for yourself. And I think that when writing for somebody else,
Hmm.
Not that I would have any experience of doing what you do, right? But I like how you put that because now it helps me to kind of put in perspective what that goes on for when you're writing a song for somebody else.
Yeah.
But with your own music that you do, it's a very vulnerable. You know, you have the hits like Love Bomb, which got all those streams. I think it should be by 200,000 streams by now. I know
It's
it was that.
above 200,000. And we just
Yeah,
dropped in December, and this is with no money promotion. Like this is off the strength of just good music. Like I haven't even allowed myself to really like process the success of it because I'm at a place where I walk around and see number ones on plaques. I'm like, I still have so much work to do, and I feel like it just keeps me grounded, just being like, okay, we still got more work to do. Like, I haven't
yeah.
even really allowed myself to really be like, oh my God, we got so much.
Hmm. But
Maybe I
even
should
those.
give myself a cake. You said what?
Oh no, go ahead.
No, I was saying like maybe I should give myself a little cake, like a little cake that has a little 200 on it. But I
That would be
just,
200K.
I know maybe I should. I'm actually gonna buy myself a cake today.
Okay. I love the self love. It's like exuding
Yes.
from you. I love
Thank
it. Um, but no, yeah, I think that, and that's my point too with bringing that up was it was organically. It was just you putting it out and people just grabbed onto it and all the girls were loving it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, like, and what was crazy about it, I wasn't even gonna drop any music until this year. I had first, like, for the first year, consistently dropped music last year. And so I dropped a couple of records. And then at the end of the year, like when I made Love Bomb in June or July. And I actually like, so I made it and then I went back in and re-recorded it and redid backgrounds. And then that day I was playing it back. I remember I played it back to back to back for myself like
Mhm.
20 times. And I was just like picturing all these people. Like, I'm like, no, they would like it. Okay, let me start it over again. Let me think about this person. How would they feel? Yep, they liked it. And I just, I kind of knew because I just kept playing it over and over. And I remember I played it for Tommy and he was like, "Nah, you got to recut that again." So I went back in and recut it a third time.
Mm.
Yeah, and I wasn't, like I said, I wasn't gonna drop any music till this year. And what sparked it was I was sitting on this plane, like I was in between these like two guys, and they were like these big guys. Like I was smushed in the middle between them on this plane.
Mm.
And I was like, when I'm rich, I'm not gonna have to do this. And so I
Mm.
pulled out my phone and I was like, me chilling on this plane in peace while I still can, because nobody here knows I make music like this. And
Uh-huh.
it just like the song blew up like on TikTok before it had even dropped. And next thing I knew, like it was all these girls making lip syncing videos. Is people pointing guns at me in my comments, like, drop the song, drop. I'm like, wait. I'm like, hold on, whoa. I was just teasing. And
Right.
so, yeah, a week before it came out, well, not the week before it came out. I knew it was coming out and it was time to come out when I saw people pointing things at me in my comments. I was like, okay, hands up, don't shoot. And had it scheduled to go. And then the week before, just made like 50 to 100 pieces of content every day. And
Mm.
whew. And honestly, I'm just excited for yeah. Look, the listeners don't know what they just started. It was like, oh, y'all like that? Watch this.
Yes.
I got more for you.
No, I definitely, and you've been working on live for sure.
Girl.
I saw that video too where you had to write a song in 15 minutes. And I
Yeah.
actually really love that song. Did you ever drop it or no?
No, we did not. That was really fun. And I love that Tommy started that series
Mhm.
because that really is like our process. Like literally the reason I love working with Seven so much, we allow the other person to just be in their element. And also, like, I'm getting into producing, so he'll take like my little, of course he's leading the room. He don't need me to guide him when it comes to the beat, but he takes my little pointers if I'm like, I actually want to kind of take it like this way. And then his pen is also fire, so when I'm writing, he'll throw in. It's like we really work so well together, and I love that that video came out so that other people could see our process as well. Yeah, no. We didn't drop that song, but we should go back in on it because I think it was the makeup sex one. It was a cute little one too.
Yes, it's like very relatable for the female experience. You know what I mean? Like,
Hmm.
so we need you. We need you to rock.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna point nothing at you, but I'm
Okay,
just
I'm like, please.
um so listening to the variations of music that you have dropped so far, some of
Yes.
your songs can get really deep. I don't want
Mhm.
to name too much because I don't want to struck anything. Um, so there's lots of depth and vulnerability that
No, you
you
can take
express.
it there. Take it there.
Really?
Because if
Okay.
I dropped it, then I wanted you to talk about it if I dropped it.
Okay. I love that. There's this one song, I think it's called Heartbreak,
Oh, break my heart.
Break My Heart. That
Yes.
song, I was like, ooh. And that's when, like, songs like that, that's where you have to see the artist as a person. It's not
Yeah.
just like the music is what they do. Now,
Hmm.
who are they? And
Hmm.
it's crazy because I say this all the time, and I don't want you to feel like I'm jacking what you say, but like
Okay.
in your like Spotify bio, you're like, it's like music is something that you're not supposed to say, but you say it anyways.
Right.
And I see music as like getting permission to read somebody's diary.
Yes.
So that song, it just kind of felt like, dang, I know this about her, and I don't know her personally, but I feel like I know, like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And having that depth and vulnerability,
Hmm.
apart from the song that I just mentioned, what
Yeah.
was the hardest part like for you to write, either in that song or what was the hardest song for you to write in general?
Well, okay. I'm gonna make this a two-part answer. So, Break My Heart was not a hard song to write. I actually wrote that song about an argument I had with my sister,
Mm-hmm.
and we didn't talk for like 6 months. That's my girl. We cool now. But
Okay.
like I said, I'm oldest of five, so my heart is just real big. And so she and I kind of got into it, but I made the lyrics interchangeable so that anybody who's feeling that about their person they're in a relationship with or their friend or whoever, like you could relate to it. And those lyrics really came to me real easy. I think the hardest song for me to write and drop was Almost Baby Dad because that
Mm-hmm.
was and that is actually the song I dropped before Love Bomb. And that song was such a personal song to me. Um, it was really a release because I felt like, okay, so the song is basically talking about a situation that happened to me when I was 19 years old, where I almost had a child, but did not. And it was really just like after that, I went through like a lot of different things, and I just went through a lot of different things, and I had to go to therapy for that. Like it was a lot that happened. I felt like the father who was going to be the father wasn't there for me, and not that I was expecting him to like be there for me years later. Like I'm 24 now. Like I'm over him, but the situation itself had lingered, and I was just like over it. And I feel like music is the best form of therapy to me. And I was like, if I'm an artist and I want people to know me and I want them to know all sides of me, I have to be okay with being vulnerable, even if it is an ugly truth about myself. And so I put that song out because it was just therapy for me, and it was just me letting go of a situation and just like putting into the ether how I feel. It was crazy because that song didn't even, I love that song, But that song didn't even get like 200 streams. And that was the one that dropped right before Love Bomb.
Mhm.
And so the switch of not even getting 200 streams to today
Mhm.
we just hit over 200,000 streams on Love Bomb. Um, honestly, I feel like that was one of those ones that those that saw it, and those that hear it in the future, if you relate, I hope it's therapeutic for you as well.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, I think that was probably the hardest one to write, and to promote as
Mhm.
well, because I had to just keep on reliving. And as I was like promoting that, when I kept thinking to myself, like, okay, Serrin, we really like made a song about this. Like, Serrin, do we really have to make a song about this? But honestly, kudos to myself. Like, I feel like a lot of people wouldn't talk about that. And what was crazy, the whole rollout I was about to do before Love Bomb, like, I was about to drop this project called Trauma Dump, where that was like the first song, and I was just gonna tell all my business. And honestly, it's probably for the best that things happen the way they did, so we can just get to the hits, and I'll have a lemonade moment later. Y'all can find out about me later, you know?
No, for sure. And that was one of the ones that I listened to too. I didn't want to bring it up because it was pretty self-explanatory when you listen to the song, but I'm so glad
Yeah.
you elaborated on it. Much respect to you and being vulnerable with us as an artist, as a person, as a woman.
Yeah.
So I love that. Uh-huh.
Thank you. No, I was just like, I just want to be real. Like,
Mhm.
I call myself like your neighborhood soul fairy. I want to be the girl's home girl, not the girl's girl, girl's home girl. Like, I feel like that's a difference. And I feel like when people look at me and when they talk to me, I just want them to feel like, okay, if she can do it, I can do it. And if it's happened to her and she got through it, like, I can get through it. Like, I feel like I'd be doing a disservice to my supporters and listeners by not just being raw and real about things I've actually gone through, especially if I'm calling myself neighborhood soul fairy. Like, I gotta just be real, you know?
What's the difference to you for you, homegirl and girls girl?
Well, okay. I feel like I'm gonna be real, and I'm gonna say something that a lot of girls don't want to admit. And this is not me even trying to be on no pick me. I feel like a lot of us girls feel this way, but we don't say it all the time. I feel like we are girls to our friends. We are girls to our home girls, to the girls that we know got our back. And unfortunately, a lot of times girls just aren't girls to other girls. And I hate that. I
Mhm.
hate that. But I always, like I said, like I want to be a girl's home girl. Like you feel
Mhm.
like you can talk to me. You feel like you could trust me with things because that's the kind of person I am, genuinely. So I'd rather be that than girl's girl. Because when I hear a girl saying I'm a girl's girl, I'm like, girl, you ain't no girl's girl. Girl, you ain't fooling nobody, girl. You don't even know me. Girl, please.
Yeah.
But it's the difference between that and then like I don't know. I just feel like I try to be genuine, and I feel like I am a genuine person, and so I want to come off as a girl's homegirl versus just a girl
Mhm.
girl.
Okay. Because from what you just said, girls are only girls to their homegirls.
I
So,
just I just feel like that's like because it's like how do I put it? Like there are a lot of different things that I feel like can strengthen a girl's relationship with another girl, especially being friends. And there are some things that are like just absolute no's. Like, I feel like if two girls are attracted to the same guy, we
it's a
not
wrap.
girls. Off rip, that eliminates girl. If I can't tell you about my success, off
Mhm.
rip, that eliminates you're not a girl's girl.
Yeah.
But me and my homegirl, we're not gonna be attracted to the same guy. Me and my homegirl, we can
Mhm.
tell each other about our success. Like every girl is not rooting for you in all the aspects. And that's the hard truth. Unfortunately, we would love for all the girls to be rooting for each other. So I'm over here just being like, look, I'm the girl that's rooting for all the girls. I'm the girl that you say this is now cool. If I see myself in you and we align, and you see yourself in me and we align, then I'm your own girl.
Yeah. No, I what you're saying definitely makes sense for
Yeah.
honest. Like for the way that I see it, I like to call myself a girl's girl, but I have boundaries, with
Mm.
what I'm gonna, encourage in another woman. I'm not just gonna
Yeah.
encourage like, yay, everything's okay for you to do, like,
Right.
because there's still that moral compass that I feel like we need to. I'm not going to get into it
Literally.
too much, but I see what you're saying, and being on the receiving end of when someone is not supporting you and it doesn't make
Hmm.
sense as to why not, because you're not doing something that's degrading or anything where it's like going against morals. So it's like, why am I receiving, hate from you as a woman? Like, if anything, I would have thought you understood. But
Literally.
that's a whole other thing.
That's a whole other.
And we don't want to get into the male centered, view, because what you just mentioned with the like two girls being attracted to the same guy, that can be a whole other convo on male centeredness.
Oof.
You can tell when a woman hasn't really awakened in her womanhood, when you can see she's still male centered. And
Right.
we all been there. I'm not gonna say I have not been there, but it's like
Right.
you gotta wake up, because
Wake
stand
up.
up. Stand up now.
Girls, get up. Stand up. Get off your knees. Get up. What?
We got to make this the ringtone. That's gonna be the ringtone.
Get up. Get off your
Get
knees.
up.
That's
Don't go
why
outside.
I just say, like, if the girls listen to my music and they see themselves in me and they feel like they relate, I'm your homegirl. And
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather be your homegirl than scare you away and say, I'm a girl's girl.
Um. Okay, that's understood. I feel like whoever's watching this, if you know, you know. If you don't, you will soon. We
You
believe.
will soon find out.
Um. What I
Literally.
thought was really cool, and I personally didn't know about it, but I found out about it by reading one of your interviews with Secrets and Legacy. You did an
Hmm.
intimate private tour, listening tour. You went to LA, New York City, Atlanta, Cleveland. How did you pull that off? And how did it go?
Girl, how did I pull that off? I really don't even know. Because while that was happening, so that happened in 2023. I was 21 years old. I was in college in person at the time in LA. So while I was on tour, like I was coming back to class, I was still in class in person. Um, and so thank you to my partner at the time, um, helped me out a lot. Like could not have done it without them. Um, their name is Moshe. Could not have done it without Moshe. Uh, woke up on the phone, and they lived in Atlanta. Woke up on the phone with me every single day. Like I'm up at like 5 in the morning, getting contracts together,
Mhm.
booking different locations. Because what happened, I signed to this label who had no money. If you're watching this and you ever want to sign, do not ever sign to people who don't have money, okay? But I signed to them because I needed to get my records back. It was just a whole thing, a whole thing.
Mhm.
But we had planned out this tour. I stayed on the phone with them for like 2 hours, and then they just randomly like ghosted me like out of nowhere. Like I couldn't get a hold of anybody. So I was like, well, I've already promoted, and here's how backwards it was, right? I promoted the tour just assuming everything was gonna come together, but I hadn't done everything I needed to do for every location before I was even promoting. And
Mhm.
so it was like very rookie, very beginner, but the way that we pulled that off was just like, I don't even know how, but we did.
Hmm.
And it was like in every single city. Out here in LA, I had partnered with this organization called Unplugged LA. We had the first show at Dragonfly Hollywood. We had Gina Views hosting. Um, I had different people open up. It was like wild. And how it would happen was like every city I would do that. Have different friends of mine open up. Like I had my girl Petty, Labrina, Lori Woods open up in New York City, had Olivia Blue, Dreek Jones. Trying to remember everybody's name. I believe it was just Olivia Blue and Dreek Jones and Lori Woods in Atlanta. And then I had J. Lou in Cleveland. Um, but I had people that I love their music open up. After that, I would do like a 40-minute set and then I would play like 10 unreleased songs just to
Hmm.
like get people's ear and see how did they react to this because that entire tour was just to promote these three songs I was dropping at the end of the year, which next time I have a budget, I would definitely do another private listening experience again. Like it was so dope, like just seeing people in different cities pull up literally just to hear my music. Like when we were in New York, like the venue could only hold, and it was intimate. Like the venue could only hold like 30 people. And I think
Hmm.
we had like 45 people that pulled up in New York City. And then when I was in Atlanta, we did at Tree Sound Studios. I think I had like 80 people pull up just to hear my music. Like, and then Cleveland, that's like my hometown. So we had like 120. Like it was a nice, like we had nice crowds pull up, people driving in from different places. And um I think right now I'm really taking a little hiatus from performances because I've done so many open mics and just like pulling up on people and just randomly singing and doing things like that. Like I want to open up for a big artist like the next time I'm touring, but no, I definitely would run back the private listening experience because I got a lot of demos I would love to just play for people. A lot
Yes.
of songs I would love for people to hear. And it's also just really cool feeling everybody's energy when they hear a song for the first time. And I love people who love beautiful music, and I love to make beautiful music. So yeah.
Yes. I wish I would have known about it. I don't think it was anywhere near me, but
Yeah.
definitely
I
if
would do it again.
next time I'm gonna keep my ears up.
Yeah.
Keep my ears up for that. But either way, I think that's an amazing goal to want to open up for a, larger artist. Who would you have in mind?
Oh, I would love to open up for K1. Would love to open up for Kehlani. Would love to open up
I can see
for
that.
yeah, like I feel like
Mhm.
that just makes sense. I would love
Kalani.
to love Kehlani. Victoria Monet,
Mhm.
Natanya, Flo. Um, honestly, anybody that makes sense. Like I feel like anybody who I know their audience would also love my style of music. Like I feel like that's coming, like that's what's next. I
Mhm.
feel like that's the next show. But if I pull up somewhere and randomly end up singing, I'm not mad at that. But like scheduled out show, like I would love to open up for a major artist this year.
Okay, let's make that happen. Let's tag Kalani.
Tag Kalani,
Tag Kalani or any of the other artists you mentioned. Uh,
literally.
Definitely, I can see that for sure.
Yeah.
Um, so now that you are getting into your game plan for this year, we want to know when are we dropping the next banger? Is it going to be a date or a surprise drop?
Well, honestly, like I've started teasing the next one. But I need to feel like the people really want it. Like I don't know. I need to feel like the people want it more. I feel like they like it, but I'm not feeling like they want it. So it's like it's really up to the people, really. Because I've started teasing, but the way that I felt that everybody wanted Love Bomb, I'm like, I need to feel that. I need to feel that energy again. Because that's gonna tell me when to drop the next one.
Okay. She's Steve Lacying us like he did when he dropped that album. But I respect it though. It's your craft, it's your vulnerability. Like, listen to it, feel it out. So,
Good.
I mean, show her some love, y'all. Show her some love because we need that, especially the girls. And I feel like to be an artist and to get women to be interested in you, I think that's a huge compliment, right?
Yeah,
Because you can always get the male demographic, but like to get that female demographic, that
yeah. And
that's
they've
top
been
of your.
showing love. Like, I love this new wave of listeners that this song has gotten me. I finally feel like I got the crowd that I always wanted to get. I'm like, y'all, the baddies, good me. Bye. Like, I don't care. Like, like, I'm having a fun time over here. Like, when I get people that will tag me in videos of them just like lip syncing my songs, like it really makes my day. It warms my heart. It means a lot that people enjoy my music with me, and I'm excited to just keep on just giving y'all all the good stuff. I'm excited.
I am too. I am. Um, what's a piece of advice that found you when you really needed it, and
Mm.
how did it help you move through your creative journey?
Well, I've gotten a lot of advice, a lot of advice. I think the biggest piece of advice that I've always just abided by is that closed mouths don't get fed. They don't. So there's a time and a place to speak and touch on everything and to ask for things and to present yourself in a certain way. But when you see a space and when you see that space where it's like, okay, this is time for me to go, do not hesitate. Do not wait. Do not be like, oh, I gotta wait until I need to have this before I can. No, you gotta learn how to work with what you got and be happy where you are because, okay, two things. One, closed mouths don't get fed. If you see a space or you see an opening for you to speak up for yourself, you to just put yourself out there, just do it. And also, being happy where you are is always going to keep you happy wherever you are. And that was a quote that I read from Oprah. And she said, you have to be happy where you are, or else you're never going to be satisfied. Because I don't know. I just feel like a lot of times people are always just like, getting in their brain about like not being where they see themselves going or not being where they want to go. And it's like whole time you don't even know. Like you're living out somebody else's dream. And whole time you can't even focus on why you should be happy because you're so focused on where you see yourself going versus just being happy in the moment. And so, and that's something that I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh yeah, I just do that so easily. Cause it's like, nah, like there have been times where I was like, no, I know how I want people to see me. I know how I want things to go. I know how I want my life to be, but it's like I don't know if we can cuss on here. Can we cuss on here? This whole time I haven't cussed. I'm not
Um,
gonna cuss. I'm not gonna cuss.
yeah, we're gonna keep it PG just because I'm not even sure about that yet.
Okay, I'm not gonna cuss.
Yeah.
But I think it's just like you gotta mess with you
Mhm.
before everybody else does.
Yes.
So as long as you mess with you before everybody else does, you got it.
Yes.
You got it.
You have to have that internal validation comes from within, externally.
Yes, because like you can find yourself in a warp of like focusing on everybody around you who doesn't support you. And
Mhm.
then it's like you'll push away the people that do. And yeah, you just closed mouths don't get fed, and just be happy where you are so that you'll always just be happy and you're not just constantly feeling like you're starving, even when you're clearly fed.
Yes, I 100% agreed.
Right.
And even staying in those rooms that you stayed a little bit too long in, that you kind of regret, and you're like, damn,
Well,
a room, you learn so much about yourself. So it's not even a waste of time, even though it feels like that. That anger that you feel is
yeah.
gonna launch you even further.
I
So
love that you said that, like that room you stayed in a little bit longer than you should have.
mhm,
I love that you said that because we can find ourselves in that a lot of times, and then we'll be mad like, dang, I wasted time, dang. But it's like, you know what? I'm a little grateful for that room because had I not stayed in there, I would, and had I not stayed in there as long as I did, I would have missed the lesson I was supposed to learn,
mhm.
you know? So,
And it's better to lose it now than when you're up there and then you
right,
and that's
right. Literally. That's real. Look at us.
yeah.
Philosophers.
The Aristotle and Socrates of time.
Well, ah,
I always end things off with asking the person three things you're grateful for.
three things I'm grateful for. One, um, my relationship with God. I am super grateful for that. I feel like
Mhm.
if I didn't have a relationship with God, I would be stranded somewhere, not knowing what to do, how to move, who to be around. So that I'm grateful for. Two, um, I'm grateful for all of the support and love that I've gotten from everyone, all the newfound listeners, all the people like yourself, Jess, who have caught on to me and want to support the movement and join the movement and just, create platforms to showcase people like myself who are shooting for things, and um, everybody around me, my family, and everyone around me who just supports me and pours life into me. And support, it does not go unnoticed. Every like, comment, share, I see everything. So I appreciate and I'm grateful for all of you. Um, and then I think the last thing I'm grateful for is just like, I don't even know. Life is just so unexpected. I'm just grateful for this journey and everything that I've learned and all the hurdles. Y'all, when I say like I'm new to the game, don't get me wrong, but I really don't look like the things that I've been through and experienced. And if I can be a light to anybody today, it just be like keep going. Like as long as you see me going, like just know like you can do it. Like you could do anything you believe in, anything you put your mind to. And I just always want to be just a representation of that. And so yeah, I'm just grateful for this journey. I'm grateful for everybody around me supporting me. I'm grateful for God, and I'm ready to just keep feeding y'all music and keep making y'all feel like the baddest, and keep
Yeah.
making y'all feel just like all the feels. And yeah.
Yes. I love that. Love the gratitude, the optimism. Definitely baddie baddie music for us girls.
Yes.
Just keep it going. Keep it going.
Yes.
We're ready
Yes.
for it. But I appreciate you so, so much. You're so cool.
Thank you. Likewise, you're cool too. I can already tell. I can already tell, like, hey.
Yeah. Thank you so much for the love that you showed to me and to this platform. I
Yeah.
truly appreciate it so much. Make sure y'all stream slash download Love Bomb and her other singles that she drops before then, because they're also hits. And make sure you follow her. Let them know where they can follow you on social media.
So you guys can find me on all social media platforms at Let Me Serenade You. And Serrin is spelled like my name, Serrin.
Okay. And I'm also going to type it on the screen so y'all can
fire.
y'all can see what it looks like. And make sure you also follow me, Jess, at Where's Jess, WHERSJESS. So that way you can keep up with me if you care, but especially for the Artist Room podcast to keep out for who's featured next on the next episode. So make sure you like, subscribe, follow, comment, all that good stuff again. And
Yeah.
comment below who you want to see featured next. Don't forget to tag who she wants to open up for, whether if it's Kalani, Victoria, etc. Let's make this happen, because we want to support, everyone's growth.
Yeah.
Thank you again.
Thank you.